Hello, my name is Carly Rosanna and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to you about the new items that have come into my sewing room over the last couple of months and sort of any plans that I have for the next few months or so. I have started a new system. When I get fabrics in, they just go straight in my fabric stash collection, and then I'll go to want to make something and I'll realise I haven't washed the fabric that I want to use. So I have started trying to pre-wash all of my fabrics that I currently have and then putting my new fabrics into a pile or a place. I've actually got one of those little trolleys, the craft trolley, so all of my new stuff's going on the trolley. One, so I can share it with you guys, and then two, so I can pre-wash it and then I can put it on the shelves and pre-wash it. So the box here that's full, the cubby that's full, that's all been pre-washed now, and then most of this one has been pre-washed. It's literally like 4 pieces of fabric in the wash right now to be pre-washed, so we're getting that. And then all of the new items, some of them I have pre-washed because like I was doing a darks wash and I could put them in with that. So at the beginning of this year I had a few things that I needed to spend money on for my house, so I was consciously trying not to buy fabric or notions or anything unless I needed them, and I was really good. I bought a couple of bits, I think from Rainbow Fabrics at the beginning of the year when they had like a good offer on, but other than that I didn't really buy anything until maybe end of March, beginning of April, when I went to Canada. So there is a fabric shop in Vancouver. If you saw my last video, I did talk a little bit about Vancouver and the whole saga I had in my thread, but there's a fabric shop in Vancouver that I have been to before and the prices are really good. I also think the fabric quality is good as well, so even though the fabric is cheap and the exchange rate in Canada is really good, so it works out cheaper per meter. But yeah, I think the quality of the fabric is nice. And if you'd seen my fabric stash vlog, you would have seen a couple of the fabrics I bought last time in Dress Sew. The fabrics I bought last time, a few of them were quite like more special occasion fabrics, and at the moment I sort of want to focus more on basics, have more items in my day-to-day wardrobe that I can wear that are me made. This t-shirt is actually me made. It is got a nice crease in it. But yeah, I'm just in my comfies today. So this is a me made t-shirt I made a couple of months ago. I'll show you. Just a plain t-shirt. I'm sure this is a free pattern. Yeah, so this is the Jessie T by True Bias, and it's just a nice boxy t-shirt. So as you'll see, I can't buy fabrics without buying something pretty, but some of the fabrics I bought from Dress Sew were sort of more basics, and I'll tell you what I plan to make with them if I already have plans, or yeah, ask for ideas if I don't. So let's get started. So the first fabric I have here is quite weighty. This is a pillow double knit, and obviously it's in plain black. I could do with some more black basics. I don't tend to make many stretchy garments, but this is a stretch fabric, so it'd be good for some basic, maybe. I think it's a bit, I don't think it's quite what I would make t-shirts out of, but I'm planning on my first make from this. I've got 3 meters of this, so a lot for lots of different items. But I'm planning on my first make from this being Collins dress by Friday Pattern Company, but the top version, just to see the fit, a bit of a wearable toile for me. It's got quite a nice like thickness to it, so hopefully I don't like it when I get jerseys and they're quite thin and you can see through them and I feel like they're just gonna like lose their shape after a while. So yeah, I wanted something with a bit of thickness to it. I'm not sure what else I'm going to make with this at the moment, but yeah, I'm going to definitely do a Collins top toile, wearable toile, with this first of all. So as I said, 3 meters and it is from Dress Sew. I will link these items because I do have them in my stash hub, so I'll link them all below. And yeah, if you're in Canada, then hopefully if you want to, you can get hold of some of these bits and bobs. So that is number 1. So the next fabric I bought from Dress Sew is this black. It's got something on it. It's called a silky noil, which I've never heard of, but it's like, it's linen. It gives linen vibes. Like it's got that sort of texture, as you can see, like creases a little bit. But this one has actually been pre-washed, so that might be one of the reasons why. But I am planning to make a pair of black lane pants with these because I wear my navy lane pants all the time. But so navy doesn't go with everything and black pretty much does go with everything. So I already have three pairs of lane pants. I could do with a black one. Yeah, they're one of my go-to pairs of trousers. So that is pre-washed and ready to be made pretty soon. And I have 2.5 meters of that because that's normally fine for me to make a pair of lane pants. So let's hope so. Should be. Also, when I look at the fabric composition, it is 70% viscose and 30% linen. So it's basically a linen viscose mix. So this is another knit fabric. Again, a basic to make a couple of basic items with. This is a heavy rib knit grey fabric. And again, it's got a nice like thickness to it. I don't want it to be see-through. And it's obviously got a rib as well. I think that will be the right side. And then the other side is a bit smoother. But I guess you can do whichever side you want. So I bought 2 meters of this and I'm planning on making a Collins dress in this. So I'm going to twirl the top first in the black and then make the dress in this nice grey fabric. And again, that is all of these so far are from Dress Sew in Vancouver. And the last fabric that I bought from Dress Sew is this 100% cotton organic purple gingham. It looks a bit darker on the camera, it looks a bit more navy, but it is like a medium purple, if that is a colour. But yeah, and gingham, definitely seeing a dress out of this. I'm not really sure what dress I want to make from this at the moment. So that is going to go into my stash to be made into a lovely dress. Let me know in the comments if there's any sort of dress patterns that you think of straight away when this gingham comes out. It is medium weight, but it is quite thick. If I feel like it's more of not like a summer weight, more of like a spring or autumn weight fabric, if that makes sense. I just make things up half the time, I think. But yeah, so that would make a really nice dress. I think I kind of want to, because it's like good quality cotton, I kind of want to either make a dress pattern like I've made before or do a wearable toile before I cut into this fabric. Yeah, that's that one. So that's all the fabrics that I bought from Dress Sew, but I also bought a couple of notions as well. So the notions I got from Dress Sew is this piping, pink. There is some pyjamas that I want to make that need some piping, and the fabric I've got is like a white base with some pink flowers on, so I thought that would be perfect. And it's really soft piping, so that's good for pyjamas. Then I got this trim just because I thought it was really pretty. So this is the trim I got. It's got these cute little flowers on, but I thought it was really cute. I have no idea what I'm going to use it for, but it's pink and it has flowers on, so I'm sure I'll find some use for it. Then I got loads of buttons. All these buttons were like 49 cents, which some of them are 49, some of them are 99. But I think 49 cents is like maybe 30p in pounds. So yeah, really cheap, but I thought some of them were really cute. So there's like matte white buttons. Then I have these like black buttons with like little spots on. I think they're quite cute. As I've said before, like I'm not very good at stocking up on haberdashery items and notions, and then when it comes to needing them I don't have them, so I'm trying to like stock up on more things so that I have them when I need them. And then these are navy and they've got like shiny in the middle and then like a matte around the outside. I thought they were cute. Ah, there we go. So yeah, that's all of the items I got from Dress Sew. Also in Vancouver I went to Blackbird Fabrics. If you've seen on my last video, I talk about the reason why I had to walk to Blackbird Fabrics and put in an order because I needed a certain thread, but it's a long story. So if watch my previous vlog, that is about my makes, and you'll see that. So I thought I didn't want to just order some thread from Black Belt Fabrics. I was like, I need to get at least one little bit of fabric as well. So I bought this gingham seersucker, which is so pretty. It's red and pink, and it's called Popsicle Cosmos is the colours that they use. But yeah, I thought it was really pretty, and I got 2 meters of this to potentially probably make a blouse. I think 2 meters is probably not going to be enough for a dress, but I can see like some sort of puff sleeve blouse going on with this. I think it would look really cute. I did make a self-drafted version of sort of the Ganni top that was going viral for a while, and then I bought the Fabric Godmother Fleur pattern. So I might remake the top, the first one that I made, in this, but we'll see. And then I went shopping with my mum and a friend, and there is a shop, they don't have it everywhere in the UK, but more in like the bigger towns and cities, and I'm probably gonna really botch the saying of this, but I will put the name down. Stostron Green, I think, is how you say it, but I might be wrong. But they tend to have like homeware stuff, hobby stuff, plant pots, just really cute kitsy items. Tea, they have loose leaf tea as well. I bought loose leaf tea from there, and it's really nice. And yeah, I always just pop in because I just think it's really cute, and the prices again are like really decent. I will say, because I haven't said anything, basically haven't said, but all of those fabrics that I bought, I'm pretty sure all of them were like under £10 a meter. I do have the exact prices on my Stash Hub, so I will, and I've converted it into pounds as well, so I'll pop that in the description box below as well, how much I paid per meter for each of the fabrics, just in case you're wondering. The shop as well, Dresso, I don't know if I took any pictures, but I might have. If not, if I have, I'll put them up. Yeah, they have loads of fabrics, quite a few aisles, and then loads of quilting cotton they have as well in the centre. But yeah, sorry, on a tangent again. But yeah, from that shop that I can't pronounce, I bought these really cute little buttons. They have like gold shanks and then like a little pearlescent detail, so I thought they were really cute. They were £2.66 for I think 10, so very cute. And then I bought 2 little iron-on patches. I thought they would be cute for maybe like any bestie bags or anything I make, or I want to make some more like pouches, another Kindle case, little things like that. I thought they would be cute for, and they were £1.37 each. So next, probably if you look at my Stash Hub, you'll see from my data that Rainbow Fabrics is the shop that I've bought the most fabrics from, I'm pretty sure. And I tend to be quite savvy with my fabric buying, so I tend to try and buy when there's offers on. So recently, maybe a month or so ago, they had 40% off offer. I think they had an offer anyway. And I'm also trying to be conscious of buying fabrics that I know that I'm going to like and use. Whether I have a purpose for them, not necessarily, but yeah, I'm just trying not to buy fabrics for the sake of buying fabrics. So I saw this one and I really liked it, so that went in my basket, and I was very refrained and just bought the one, which is good for me. So this is another 100% cotton, and it is so cute. It's dotty and it's got cherries on it, and it's pink and red. Are you seeing some sort of like theme here? But yeah, I thought, again, perfect for a dress. Again, I'm not sure what dress pattern I want to use, but yeah, I think this would make such a cute dress. And it's like a medium weight cotton, so again, not like the lightest for summer weight, but it has a really nice drape, and yeah, it's just cute. That's all I can use to describe it. So I got 3 meters of that one from Rainbow Fabrics. It was £11.99 per meter, but then I got the discount as well. So really good quality for a really good price as well. So that's that one. So then last week I went to Los Angeles, and there's a Hobby Lobby near where I stay. And if you've not been to a Hobby Lobby, it's great. It's like Hobbycraft, but also like Home Bargains. Like they have loads of homeware stuff, loads of decor stuff, and then all the crafting stuff as well. And again, the prices are pretty good. And then obviously you've got the exchange rate as well, so that makes it even better. And they often have good offers on. Last time I went in was just before Christmas, and they had like 40% off their Christmas decorations. And then this time that I went in, they had 30% off fabrics, any fabric, all the fabrics, 30% off. And obviously in America they do yards, so I ordered in yards, and it's going to be slightly different to meterage, but let me have a look and I'll tell you. Hobby Lobby, they don't really have a lot of dressmaking specific fabric. It's more quilting cotton that they sell, but that actually worked out for me because I am meant to be making a quilt with my auntie, and I'd bought fabrics from different places in the world to make the quilt, but the one thing I didn't have was like the background fabric, the in between for all the patches. So I've been looking up and down, and I wanted something that was plainish but not completely plain, and I wanted white because it would probably just work best with all of the fabrics that I got. So I went into Hobby Lobby and I found this, which is white 100% cotton, but as you can see there's like tiny little flower details printed on it, so you can see it in certain lights. It probably picks it up on the camera better than it does in real life. So yeah, and all of the fabrics for my quilts is floral, so that was like the perfect fabric for me to choose. It's 100% cotton. I got 4.5 yards, and it cost me roughly £11 total. £11 for 4.5 yards of cotton fabric, which I think is fantastic. So that's that one from Hobby Lobby. And then I bought 2 more cottons. These ones are a little bit softer than the last one. They are still, I guess they are still quilting cottons, but these just have a little bit more softness to them, so they can work for dressmaking. So this is a cotton calico, and it has all these cute little bows and flowers all over it in stripes. And again, I need to find some more blouse patterns, because again, I think that would make a very cute blouse. No, I bought 2.5 yards of this one, and yeah, definitely seeing a blouse. Again, puff sleeves, but I put puff sleeves on most things. And that was roughly about £10 for the whole piece. And then the other one I got, which again, I go through like themes, I follow little trends in my head. Another blue fabric with little flowers, like painted flowers and leaves. And again, I see a blouse. I got 2.5 meters, and because these are quilting cottons, obviously they are narrower. Yeah, they're both 110 width, so unlikely that I'll get dresses out of them unless they are not, like if they don't really have sleeves, but I don't think they'd suit dresses, especially this one. I think because it's quite busy, I think it would definitely be more suited towards a blouse. And then next to Hobby Lobby, it was a Walmart. So they actually had a fabric section and a craft section in the Walmart. There was some fabrics that you could buy from a bolt, but then there was also some pre-cut fabrics. So I saw this and don't know what I'm going to do with it. Potentially a bag lining, but I thought it was cute, so I bought it. And it's like this pre-cut cowboy pink fabric. Yeah, this is a poly cotton, so it's 80% poly, 20% cotton. And as you can see, I've got 2 yards of it. It's 112 centimeters. So not sure what I'm going to do with that either. But yeah, as I said, potentially, most probably, what I had in my head was bag lining. So like that, lining the bag with a patch on the front. Cute. Or I could make Kindle case, iPad case, something along those lines with that one. Then between the Walmart and Hobby Lobby, again, like I said, I'm not very good with notions, and there were quite a lot of dresses that I wanted to make. Canyon dress, the Holland Park dress that needed elastics, and looking at my elastic stash, I was like, I don't have enough of what I need. So I got lots of different haberdashery items. It's not the most exciting things, but I got non-roll 1-inch elastic, 2 sets of that, one white, one black, standard. Then I have 1/2 inch elastic in white, 1/4 inch, 6.3mm elastic, skinny one. I got some slide buckles. I remember saying in my last video that I didn't have these for something, so I picked up a couple of them. As you can see, they were $2.99, so £2.15 maybe, a bit less. And then I got another couple of iron-on patches. Again, I can see them for like a Kindle case or something like that, bag or whatever. Maybe even a jumper for this one. It's cute, but yeah, definitely for my Kindle, I think this patch will be cute. And then the last thing I got, and these were 99 cents each, obviously with tax a bit more, but like less than £1 each. I'm having real issues with invisible zippers at the moment. Well, I say at the moment, I've had the issue from day dot since I started sewing. I started sewing invisible zippers in quite early on in my sewing journey, and I'm coming up to 4 years now sewing, and I still have issues now with garments that I've made where the zippers were fine and they went in fine and they've been fine, but then after a couple of wears and uses, the zipper gets stuck. And it's not necessarily getting stuck because of the bulk of the seam, it's getting stuck and there's like a bit that is getting caught. Let me see if I can grab something to show you. Okay, so here's one, and just here is, on this one it is where the seam is, but it's not always. I think it's where I'm pulling it. Here on the seam, it can get caught. So when I do it up normally, when I'm not in it, it's fine. But when I'm in it, I think it's obviously when I'm in it, but then also I'm trying to do it up on my own. I think the angle that it is, it pulls down, and then part of the zipper sort of like, I'm trying to recreate it and I don't know if it's gonna happen. Oh, there we go. Where I'm pulling the zip, it's just like getting caught and then won't go past because part of the metal is sticking out there. So a few items like this dress, I'm gonna have to reinsert the zip, which actually for this dress is quite easy because the zip is not sandwiched in between the lining and the dress. It's just sort of on the edge there. Yeah, I don't know if it's a mixture of things. I don't know if it's the zips that I've been using because they are cheap zips. I don't know if it is something I'm doing wrong when I'm inserting them, or I don't know if it is because I am trying to get the dresses on by myself, like the way that I'm pulling it and angling it, it's putting strain on that part of the zipper. So if you do have any suggestions, any ideas, yeah, anything you can suggest that's gonna stop that from happening, that'd be great, because I'm now getting reluctant, even though I've not had issues putting in the zippers, I'm now getting reluctant making things that have invisible zippers in for that reason. So anyway, that being said, I basically bought all these invisible zippers that were like 99 cents. I basically bought most of the white and black ones that they actually had on the shelf, just so I have a stash of them in a couple of different lengths. But these have like a mesh, so I'm wondering if buying these is actually going to help the situation that I've just explained, which is why I just explained it all, because of the way that they are with this mesh here. I'll let you know if if it does help. I think it will get caught less with that system. So yeah, that is all of the new bits and bobs that I've bought. So I'm going to very quickly go through a couple of the makes that I want to do in the near future. So at the moment, my overlocker is threaded with black thread, which for me means that I want to try and get any makes done that I'll need black overlocker thread before I switch to white. I only switch between black and white. I don't put all different colours in my overlocker to match the colour of the garment I'm wearing. If you have an overlocker, you know that threading them can be a bit of a pain, but yeah, that's sort of dictating right now what I'm going to make next, because there are a few things that are in my plans that need black overlocker thread. So the black lane pants with the fabric I showed you and the black Collins dress with the fabric I showed you, they're going to be sewn up pretty soon because of that. And then I have this black and white gingham. Now with this, obviously I can use black or white overlocker thread, so it doesn't matter, but I want to make a Holland Park dress with this, which I'll pop up here. I'm not sure if I want to do the like balloon sleeves with the like elastic going down in different stages, or if I want to just do long sleeve, but I was thinking a sleeved Holland Park dress with this one. And here I have this crepe back satin. Now my auntie is turning 60 in June and she's having a party, and the theme is black or white, and I have this crepe back satin for a little while. This one is from Rainbow Fabrics, which is the last fabric was from Wasted Fabrics, but all of that is in my fabric video as to where those are from. But yeah, this was from Rainbow Fabrics, I do believe, and I've been waiting for a special occasion to use it, figure out what to use it for. So when I was making my dress for my 30th party, someone came up on Instagram and they had made a like navy satin dress using the Capulet bodice for the Capulet dress, which I'll show you here. So like straight across with straps and then a gathered circular skirt. So I'm hoping that I can make something like that, something similar. I'm going to cut the bodice out. I've ordered some lining, so I've got to wait for the lining to come. I'm going to cut the bodice out and then see how much fabric I have left to see how circular I can make those skirts. But I think I'll probably do a little video to go along with that as to my creative process in that, because I'm sort of just winging it and making it up as I go with that one. So that'll be sewn up, well, needs to be sewn up before the end of June, so that'll be sewn up pretty soon. I'm just always making a mess with fabrics when I do things like this. And this is actually what I'm going to start later today, because I realised that this would work very well for So Frugal. So I bought this fabric last year or some point. It's like this red satin with all these swans and things on it. It's very cute, and I always bought it with the idea of making a dressing gown, like a lighter dressing gown for the summer. It is a little bit see-through, but I always just like to have something to throw over me, even if it's really warm. I like to have something to put on when I walk around the house. Like, my house is kind of overlooked, and yeah, I just like to feel cozy even if it's warm. So I wanted sort of like a lightweight dressing gown. And then I was watching Sam, So Let's Sparkle with Sam, the other day, and she had on a dressing gown, and she had used a free pattern from Mood. That is the Fleur gown. So yeah, I'm going to make a Fleur gown with this, and I'm probably going to start cutting it out later today if I have time, once I've edited this. And this will be a nice Fleur gown, dressing gown for the summer. And I'm going to French seam it all, so I don't need to use any overlocker thread for this. And we're going to try and French seam it all, which will be something I haven't really done much. I've done like a couple of French seams, but not a whole garment in French seams. So we'll see how that goes for me, especially when it's slippery. So thank you for watching my video. I hope you liked it. Please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate a couple more supporters and followers. That'd be great. Also, you can go onto my Instagram, which is Carly Rosanna X, and I should be regularly posting what I've made and what my plans are, little stories when I'm sewing, things like that. So yeah, if you want to keep up to date with what I'm up to, and sometimes as well where I am in the world, then head over to my Instagram and check that out. And I'll see you next time. Thank you.